Jack, I wanted to start and ask you, and you may have been asked this before, especially with a film like this, but I think it bears intense scrutiny. If you had to care for one Clifford Size dog or 100 Clifford Size puppies, which one would you pick? And please go into extraneous detail as to your choice.
I would have 100 Clifford-sized puppies,
Okay.
and I would go around the country and I would deliver them to all of the children's hospitals and the orphanages, and I would just travel around the country and the world, just sharing the love of Clifford the dog.
You say you say sharing, but that sounds an awful like you're just offloading it. Like,
offloading the love.
yeah,
Yes.
that feels more accurate.
No,
But then,
just because I'm a very charitable guy and I just love just sharing the love.
you understand that that does read a little bit like I've got 100 dogs and I've just got to deal them out as quickly as possible. Like,
Could we have 101 dogs? Because I feel like there could be a movie there.
I mean, yeah, but like, I mean, who'd go see a film with 101 dogs? Like, do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, that's true.
Seems a bit.
That's true.
Seems and like it's an uneven number. You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
want one dog, like Clifford, the big red
Yeah.
dog.
Clifford the big red dog.
That's it. I mean, that's a winner. Is it weird to like? I presume the dog is CGI, right? The dog was a CGI creation, correct?
Yes.
Is it odd to imagine I mean, I know like in most cases they usually have like a tennis ball or something. Is it weird to like? Does it always feel weird petting a tennis ball, or you know how does it work? Like,
That in the case of Clifford, it was two men in a puppet, and they built a kind of red pantomime horse that they operated. So you were petting this big 10-foot red puppet,
sure,
which feels quite strange. But then the other option, which we had on Jungle Cruise with the Jaguar, was a stunt performer called Ben, who was in a jaguar skinned leotard, crawling around on all fours. So there were a lot of scenes in Jungle Cruise where I was stroking his back, and that felt even weirder, probably even more disconcerting for Ben than it was for me. But yeah, I'm very used to now sort of having to do that in movies. I'm the sort of go-to guy for CGI animal work.
yeah. In terms of like just being intimate with them, but like in a kind of caring fashion, like. Is
Yes.
there some kind of like trick to petting it convincingly? Like, do you hold the hand a certain way, or do you actually physically make contact with the thing, or how does it work?
I physically make contact with whatever I'm stroking.
Wow.
If the strokee has consented to my stroking,
Of course,
then I
yeah.
will make physical contact.
Well, like that's it. I mean, it's between consenting performers and adults. Like, so I mean, if they're okay with it, then it's
Exactly.
fine. Yeah.
And that's fine.
Do you? Think,
I'm so intrigued as to where this goes next.
I'm intrigued too. Like, I'm asking the questions. I'm intrigued as well. Realistically, do you think? I mean, there's one thing I noted in the film was that Clifford never goes to the bathroom, and I'm wondering, do you have any thoughts on that? As in, how
He does go to the bathroom.
well, he pees, but like, I mean, and it's like an entire jet stream. But like, I'm talking about number
But
two.
you do that in the bathroom.
Well, I mean, I'm saying go to the bathroom. I mean, I could have said, does he poo? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
okay, okay.
how big are the poos? Like, I was trying to be polite, but
Right, I see. Yeah.
yeah.
You're more of a kitchen sink man for number ones.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just wondering, like, how big do you think his poos would be? Do you think?
Pretty tremendous. In fact, someone wrote an entire article on it, which I
Really?
shared on my social media and was told to not share again by Paramount Pictures. But there was a whole article that was devoted to working out how you would clear up after Clifford. I think
yeah.
they settled on being followed around by a garbage truck.
I would think so. I mean, that's the kind of humane thing. Like, you would literally need like a JCB and some sort
Yeah.
of like articulated truck to manage.
Clifford doesn't actually have an anus.
Well, that's good to know.
No, if you screenshot the movie, and someone has screenshotted it and sent it to me on social media, that if you look closely, there's no rectum
butthole.
on the dog. They
Yeah.
didn't animate a rectum because it's a kid's film and felt like that was probably obscene. So he doesn't have a bottom, but you know, he's a magical fantasy creation. He's 10 foot tall. Dogs aren't really 10 foot tall. So if he can be 10 foot tall, he can also not have a rectum.
I mean, it tracks. I mean, the logic is sound. Like, I mean, he's a magical dog. He's not going to have a butthole.
And anyone that's watching that and is going, why doesn't he have a rectum? Shouldn't be at that film.
They shouldn't be there, yeah. I mean, like, you kind of have to question why you're even asking that in the first place. It's a giant dog. Like, there's bigger concerns than does he have a butthole. Okay.
So in answer to your question, how do you clear up after Clifford? You don't have to.
You wouldn't have to, yeah.
Because if you don't have a rectum, then there's nothing to clear up.
That's really cool. That answers my question. I'm getting the wrap-up signal, so thank you. Appreciate all that.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
I feel like a lot of kids are going to be racing to the cinema after they see this one.
Maybe their parents will? I don't know.
No, I think this will be a good interview for the other, like, section of Clifford viewers that sometimes get missed out in these kind of promotional windows, which is stoners of a certain age.
Yes, and that was literally me watching this. Like, so I was like, these are all my questions answered.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
please
Jack.
spread the word to your people. Tell them that there's something for them in this movie as well.
Absolutely. It's very chilled out. The colors are nice and calm. I had a great time. I really enjoyed it.
And you won't be scared by...
Not at all.
Well, it wouldn't be 10-foot rectum, but it would certainly be very big.
I mean, it'd be high off the ground. Okay, I really have to go.
I'm getting told to wrap up as well.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh, look, they're playing. Well, you don't see that every day.
Maybe it's time to feed him.
What if you found someone who made you feel like you could do anything?